Hey guys, it's Brett for Topo Ranger. We're at oh wait, oh, hold on. Is it backed up far? Is the water backed up pretty far?
Yeah, there's actually a tree down that stops you from going as far as you can go. But there's a little rapids up there where it stops.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I was just wondering, I thought maybe the river's high.
yeah, the river's kind of low, I guess.
Oh, the river's low?
Must be for it to be this low.
Okay. I've only been here one time, so I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, cool, thank you.
Yeah, have a good hike.
So this is Fishing Creek here, guys. Brett for Topo Ranger. Now today, Susquehanna River is down here. This is a trail. I think this is part of the Mason-Dixon Trail. As you can see here, this is Fishing Creek, and you can kayak from Shanks Mare down at Long Level, down here underneath the bridge, and then I guess when the water's high, you can go quite far up the Fishing Creek stream valley. I am here today because one time when I was here, I think last summer, I talked to a local who told me that in '72, when Hurricane Agnes rolled through, there had been 4 bridges between here and maybe about a mile or 2 miles upstream. There had been 4 bridges, and they were all washed out by Hurricane Agnes in 1972. And I wanted to go see. It's a nice hike. It's a nice stream. It's a good day to go on a stream hike because it's pretty hot out. I wanted to go see if I could find the ruins of any of those bridges. I thought that would be kind of a cool hike. So that's basically it. So I hear the rapids right now, which means the slack water is going to end. Now that guy that we just talked to, he came up here in his kayak. I guess he came up to this tree here. He said that this tree kind of stopped you from getting any further, but the rapids start right here, so he really couldn't get any further even if the tree wasn't there. So let's go have some fun. Alright, so we're probably about quarter of a mile in, maybe a third of a mile, and the trail is a pretty prominent trail on the north side that winds up right here at this nice little beach because, as you can see, they've built kind of a dam here, and then there's another little kind of a dam there, so you get this nice swimming area here. You could lay out your towels, your blankets, a little picnic, and probably gets maybe 3-4 feet at the deepest spot here. Unlike the Susquehanna just below the Holtwood Dam, this water is cold and extremely refreshing. Up ahead, we're getting some pretty big cliffs here. The other bank of the creek is, for quite a distance, is a vertical cliff, 10-15 feet high. And we got a little diversion route right here. So we're gonna continue up. Maybe we'll get some more dramatic topography up ahead. All right, let's go check it out. It looks like the trail picks up on the other side. The trail goes up the left bank here if you're heading upstream, but right behind me is a diversion route. When the stream gets to a certain level, the water overflows, and as you can see, is a very well established dry stream bed here. It takes water during high water levels. So let's hike up this diversion route till we get back to the stream, see what we can find. Ooh, this is pretty. Nice cliffs. Kind of a rock beach here. I mean, we're basically in a canyon, not unlike Muddy Creek Gorge. Except these walls are actually, I think, steeper. There's a second swimming hole right there. It's like a huge tree came down. All right, here's where the diversion route begins. There's an infeeder here, but the main one comes down through here. What's this? Looks like a little piece of lead, little fishing lure. Oh, we'll pack that out. Pretty sure this is schist. For you guys out there wondering what kind of rock this is. It's a hot one today. No signs of any washed out bridges or ruins, stonework ruins of any kind so far. Let's keep heading upstream. Came across another swimming hole here. This one is bigger and deeper. Probably more like 5, 6, maybe 7 feet. There's a little bit of a dam built here, but not much. I am seeing some type of stone wall right up here, but man, it looks kind of old. And there is a low spot here coming down off the ridge, so this might be the ruins of one of the dams that person had mentioned to me. I don't know. The path is pretty big here, but also I can see it from pretty far off. Right over there, there's a waterfall. Let's go check that out. It's just a little bit of a stream, but it's steady, and I can hear rapids off in the distance. Yeah, this is a nice swimming hole. Probably kind of a little muddy here, though. You can see some of the exposed bedrock at the bottom. And this is a really, really beautiful spot. And there we go, look at that. That's the waterfall. Let's see if we can get across there without falling into the creek. So here's the waterfall. Not a lot of water, but it's steady. And the water feels pretty cold, like it's probably coming right out of the ground. So my guess is, I mean, I guess it could be a stream kind of intersecting, but my guess is that this is probably a spring higher up higher up in the on the side of the gorge or on the valley wall. That's coming out of the rock and then cascading down. Maybe next time we come, we'll climb up that cliff face and we'll see if we can't figure out where this water is coming from. If that's a spring coming out of the schist, that's as far as of all the springs in schist that I've seen, that's a nice size. That's a decent flow. It's not big, but you know, it's pretty good. All right, guys, if you like creek swimming, but you're not so much into you know, a mucky bottom, and you don't need to have, you know, 6-7 feet of depth to have fun for yourself, which is basically the situation where that spring was coming down, that waterfall spring, or the waterfalls coming down into the creek a couple hundred yards back there. I came a little bit farther and I found this really good spot. If you're more into, you know, having a hard rock bottom and a more vigorous flow, so you don't get any muck or sediment, I got a good spot right here. Got a whole bunch of these moss-covered schist outcrops here that you could sit on, or you could sit on this side. There's kind of a good little beach over here, but you got this kind of really nice channel here. Water's cold, it's moving fast, there's no mud, there's no muck. And as a bonus, directly immediately before this little channel here, the entire flow of Fishing Creek comes over these gorgeous set of rapids here. I mean, this is really nice. And it gives you that fresh, it gives you that sound, it gives you that refreshing sound of water going over rocks, but it's not so loud as to drown out any, you know, you can actually talk. If you sat back there, you can actually have a conversation. And it also brings a nice flow of cold air coming down right over here. And this is the whole width of the creek. I'd say it drops probably 3 or 4 feet from there to here. So you get a nice set of rapids. Let's go ahead and climb up here. Oh! Whew. I took a dive. Water's actually not that cold. All right, I gotta dump my boots out. I just took a dive in the creek, which is okay. Fuck, man. There's nothing worse than falling, the slipperiness of a creek. All right, let me dump my boots out here. Oh wow, there's a little overflow channel here too. A little bit of flow. All right, I'm gonna dump my boots out, and we'll pick it up after that. I'm about used up for time here. A little bit beyond where we were when I fell into the creek. So I'm going to call it for today. I'd say we probably got somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of a mile upstream. And except for that stone wall, downstream, that one stone wall that I found, I haven't seen anything that looks anything like the ruins of a dam. No scrap in the stream bed, no walls, no masonry, nothing like that. So either whatever was here is completely gone, or I haven't even hit that spot yet. I could probably go on look at some aerial photos from the 40s and 50s and 60s and locate them, and I think maybe that's probably what I should do, because then I would have an exact idea of where they are, and it'd be a lot easier for me to find them. Not that I'm disappointed that I didn't, you know. I mean, we found a whole bunch of nice swimming holes and just this beautiful area. This is Fishing Creek. Now this is Fishing Creek in York County, Pennsylvania. There is also a fishing creek in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, which is right across the river from here. I have not been to the Lancaster County Fishing Creek, so I can't give my opinion about that. But this is Fishing Creek, York County, and it's really easy to get to because what basically you do is you go down to Long Level, past Shanks Mare, which is where you can rent. They do a lot of kayaking classes and you rent kayaks. You go past Shanks Mare, you go past the boat launch, and it gets down to like a one-lane kind of pothole-filled road for just a little bit, and you're right next to the river. And then you'll come to this bridge, and the bridge crosses Fishing Creek. Now on that bridge, you can jump off the side of the bridge, and the cold water from Fishing Creek comes down and mingles with the muddy water from the Susquehanna. I've been down there when you can see it. It's a little bit beyond. It's a little bit offshore, but you can see the clear cold water, and then you can see the warmer muddy water. One of the things I want to do in the future, once the river level goes down, maybe in the middle of August, when it's really low and the creek is running clear underneath the bridge, I want to. I'm going to go do some free diving there. I was told today by a young man that was jumping that directly below the bridge is 25 feet deep. Although I kind of doubt that, because I did bring the world's largest selfie stick that I have, and I did probe that creek. I think it's more like 15, maybe 15 feet, but whatever. It's deep enough to strap a helmet cam to my head, dive down there, and then head out to the riverside, because I want to get underwater footage of that mixing zone where the warm brown water, river water, mixes with the cold, clear Fishing Creek water, because I think that would be really really fun, and I think that it would actually look really cool, because you could kind of get these billowing effects. I did post a couple pictures, or several pictures, of the mixing effect that I took one day over in Strickler Run, which is over in Lancaster County. The river was lower, and you could really see the mixing, but I had to tweak those pictures pretty hard to get them to pop. And so I'm thinking that maybe if I'm actually underwater, I could actually get up close with the billowing mixing zone, and it would just be visually very interesting. I also kind of wonder if the cold water from Fishing Creek, once it hits the river, and you get that on the top 5 feet, you get that billowing mixing effect. But I wonder if the cold water from the creek actually stays at the bottom and goes underneath the brown water, so that you could actually free dive down and go underneath, and you're looking up into the warm muddy river water, and then underneath is this whole kind of layer of cold clear water that would have good visibility. And if I can get a dive light, if that in fact does happen, it's probably pretty dark down there, but it would be really cool, because you get this clear layer, and then you get kind of this dark ceiling effect. I can get a dive light and snorkel under there and see if that happens. I suspect that might be kind of a thing that happens, and I really want to go check that out. And I'm going to do it right down here at Fishing Creek, because I've seen it here before, but I've never captured it with photography or video. But once the river gets low, maybe in a month or so, I can come here and I can see visually, without even getting in the water. I can see the mixing effect right here, and then so that's what we're going to do. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you some plans that I have for the future, some cool episodes coming up. This is going to be episode, I think, 27 or 28. I was just in 7 tubs yesterday, and I got 3 episodes now I got to edit, so I have to do some work. All right, so this is Brett for Topo Ranger, signing out.
Watch out!
Let me go down here.
I'll do a backflip too.
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, that's a better angle.
Travis, what about Too slow, I didn't get it.
You said too slow, didn't get it. Oh my gosh. This trip is too slow.
It's alright.
It's so slow.
That was good. Whoa! That was good, man.
She's drowning. Ow! Don't pinch me.
That's what crabs do.
Yeah.
You have crabs. You can hear crab in your pants. I hear a pinch. You're both with a crab.
You both got sandy shorts. Just send it.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want sometimes.
You guys jumping?
That was a good one.
Hear this.
I can hear the smack, like smack.